Okay, so today we're on the phone with Elaine, and we're going to be talking about social medias and how to do the syndication. So whenever you post on your blog or something, all your social medias are up to date. So let's just start going on to the account. One of them that I like, it's called it's like hold on, I'll just write it down. So ifttt.com. So that's called If This, Then That. And the cool thing about this thing is you can, when you sign in, it's not that complex. It looks more complicated than it really is, but it's very, very simple. What it does is you say, if I create a post on my Facebook, then that. So that is like I want it to show up on my blog. So let's just go in there and see how this works. So step one, I guess you create your account, and then you go to my recipes. Recipes, once you've done something, like for me, I've created, if I go on YouTube, if I post a video on YouTube, just like we were trying to do earlier, then post it on Twitter. And then, yeah, so and then if I put a new link post on my Facebook page, then I want it to appear on my professional fan page.
Okay, and do you have to log into each of your accounts on this website?
Yes. What happens is once you create one, here we can see in the channels, you can see a list of all the different like social media application. The more you have and the more you have accounts, basically, the better. As you can see, I took a Sunday afternoon and I registered for pretty much every one of them. Now I just have to basically create this this spider. Hold on, I will show you with amazing drawing skills what I mean by that. So I'll just use this paint program. So here you have your website, okay? And then basically you're saying, if I do something here, I want it to appear here.
Right.
And then every recipe that you create is a new I don't know, branch, I guess you can say.
Right. So you can just update Facebook, and then it'll link up to every single.
Yes. Exactly. And then the fun part about that is that, especially if you have mobile, like you have your cell phone, it's so easy to do a status update on your phone to your Facebook, right? But then to go into your Twitter, to go into your Facebook page 1, Facebook page 2, and then do all this stuff, eventually it's like you're just not going to do it because it takes so much time. So when you create an account here, let's see if there's one it's not done. Yeah, I guess this one. So basically I would just click on that. It's going to ask me to activate the account. But in order to activate, I have to go on that website here and then create an account. So, example, if I go on the one for Facebook, it's just going to ask me for my Facebook information.
Right.
So if I click here, it says Edit Channel, Deactivate. So I just click. And then once you have your Facebook open and it's logged in, all you got to do is click on Activate, and then Facebook will have a window that will pop up. It will say, do you want to activate this, yes or no? And then you just click on yes.
So, André, how does it work then if I'm updating Facebook, and on Facebook there's the ability to tag a Facebook page? So, for example, if I, on my personal page, was referring to my nonprofit organization, I have the ability to tag my nonprofit organization in the post. But how does it work then if it transfers over into Twitter? So if I say, if I update it on Facebook, then it also updates on Twitter. Does the Twitter recognize the tagging of the post or the tagging of the nonprofit?
Yes. Watch this. So when we go in, let's say I say, if YouTube, then this. So I'll go in, there's a button for edit. One second. I think it's this one here. So I just go in the edit, and then it says, if new video is uploaded by me, right, then post a tweet to, that's my Twitter account, and then the action, can you see the action here? what's happening, it's going to put the title of my YouTube video and then the URL of my YouTube video. And it's going to URL shortener automatically for me.
Right.
So if you do, so on your question for Facebook, let me just bring it up, the Facebook one. I think I have that in here, this one. If I post something on Facebook, see it says, I want the link to appear as the link, and then the message, I want the actual same message that I have. Or I can go on the plus and say, they say select an ingredient. So basically, if you want, I can have the from, if I click from, and then I add the ingredient. So now you'll see the message and the from, right?
What does that mean, from?
That would mean, let's say, on my fan page that I registered, which is my André Givogue fan page, if I post something on my personal page, my personal profile, it will say this message. So let's say I say, it is beautiful outside.
Right.
Well, if I put that on my Facebook page, it will then go to my professional fan page, and the message on my fan page will say, it is beautiful outside from André Givogue.
Oh, I see. Okay, that's great.
Yeah, and then you can say, well, let's say I want to have the description or the title. You have a selection of different things that you can use. In this case, I don't need the from, so I'll just, if I post something, I just want to have the link and the message. So if you do tags, it's going to keep the same message. If you go, let's just look up my on my Facebook page. Just give me a second here. I'll just log into it. Okay, so if I go to my Facebook page here, see what I was saying? It's a little slow right now. That's because I don't have enough RAM. Okay,
yeah,
so here, what's that?
I'm struggling with the same problem.
Oh, right. Okay, so I have a post that's related to, where is this post? It shouldn't be that far. Okay, so the Happy Valentine's Day one. I posted that on my personal page, but I wanted it, like I programmed my personal page to go on my fan page because, hey, it's Valentine's Day and I say Happy Valentine's Day, right? Oh, this is another one I put on my fan page, on my personal fan page. Many thanks to all my friends in Toronto for making my trip such an awesome experience. It's not really related 100% to my professional stuff, but I didn't brand career from home on this page. I branded my name. And my name is part of stunts, is part of internet stuff. Mainly, I want to have this channel to answer questions and do internet-related stuff. However, I want to also sprinkle some personality in there. And that's why I see this one, again, is related to stunt stuff, right? So when I post this on my personal page, they pop up over here.
Okay.
Right? And then my YouTube videos that you see, there's a YouTube video that I have, where is it? Like this one here. I didn't put that over here. What I did is I uploaded that on YouTube. So if I went back to my recipes here, and then I click, if I create a video on YouTube, then I want it to go on my Facebook page. See, this is another one I had. If I want my Facebook status updates or whatever, then post it on Twitter. The reason I turned this one off is because in Facebook, if you just type Facebook/Twitter, you can sync your account directly from there. So if you just go from here, it's going to ask you to merge your accounts. So I wasn't sure if I merge my accounts, if it's going to, oh wait, I have to switch. I wasn't sure if it's gonna like double post. So right now I just said if my Facebook I have a status update or I'm doing anything of these, I want it to post automatically to Twitter, and I linked it over here.
Mm-hmm. So what happens if, for example, you are posting a written status and you have programmed the written status to post on every single one of your social medias, but then how would it show up on something like Instagram, or how would it show up on, I don't know, what are the other?
Sure. Well, let's go look at my Twitter account. So if I go to Twitter, I never post anything on Twitter just because honestly it's different. I like the Facebook platform. I have a lot of contacts on there. Twitter, I'm starting to get into it, but it's still so what I do is I do it automatically through the syndication ifttt.com. And if we look here, these are all posts that I've done, but I have not done. But you know what I mean? Like,
all right.
So here it say like, okay, quite often people see pictures of success stories. See, but this is a Facebook link. So it gives the beginning part with, I think Twitter is a maximum of 140 characters. And then it goes to, and then it will put the ... then it'll insert the Facebook link. So if I click on that, it's going to bring me back to my post on Facebook. So somebody that's on Twitter, they can, so it's being active on Twitter, but without me being active on Twitter. See, this is the post I posted on Facebook.
Yeah, that was actually going to be my next question, because right now what I'm doing is I'm copying my professional Facebook page. I'm copying the link into my Twitter comments.
Yes.
Or into my Twitter, comments, I guess you can say.
Right.
And then it's showing like a whole bunch of different letters and flashes and all those kind of things. So it doesn't look that professional.
Right.
So the if this then that, it'll just say Facebook me, and then it shows the link to my professional Facebook page.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, because that's the Facebook shortener, and because it's a Facebook link, that's what happens. I have another one, I think, for. I also did something on Twitter that if somebody's following me on Twitter, then automatically follow them back. I have this. If somebody tweets thank you, no, if somebody follows me, then tweet thank you. Hold on, let me check. Can you still see?
Yeah.
Okay. So here's new follower for me. Then post this tweet to so that's on my account that says tweet thanks to the new follower. So that's my description of what this little recipe is doing. And
yeah, I've definitely gotten those before by people who have followed me, and then I follow them back, and then I get a message saying thank you. So that's interesting. I was wondering how they managed to set that up.
So that's one way. There's a lot of different ways to do that. This, if you click also on browse, some people will actually create recipes, and then they can share it to you. So you can see here just like, okay, tag an Instagram photo to send it straight to Twitter. Some of them you can say, hey, if I put a Facebook link but with this hashtag, I want this to be posted on my site. So, for example, let's say you have two different marketing platforms. You have one for your internet marketing, and then you have one for your health and wellness. Well, on your personal Facebook page, if you put something related to internet marketing, maybe your wellness people don't want to know that. It's not like targeted to them, right? So you can create a rule that says every time I create a post, hashtag wellness, this one will be the one that goes to your wellness site and not the other way around. And
that's really good.
Yeah, and then this can get very creative. You can create the sky's the limit what you can do, like RSS to email feed, or you could have hey, if it's sunny, send me a text message. You can do, sky's the limit. I mean, just think about whatever you want in this thing. You can say, okay, this is my site. If I got this, then this, and then if this, then that, right?
Right.
And then if this, then this one too. So by updating this one, all these one would be up to date as well.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And this is what do you call it? It's good for off-page SEO, like search engine optimization, because all these are giving you a backlink back to the original place of content. Right?
Yeah, it saves so much time.
Yeah, and what you're doing is you're gathering traffic. It's like having a fishing rod in different ponds that it's like it's pulling everybody into this net. You know what I mean? Like, and without going in individually in each and every one of them.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I can tell you, I updating Twitter as much as I update Facebook is just exhausting.
Yeah, it's because you're doing the same work multiple times. And it's not like right now, what are the platforms that you're using? You're using Facebook? You're using Twitter? Do you do any video marketing as well, or not really? You're more into blogging, or what is it that you're doing right now?
Yeah, so at the moment I haven't started video blogging just yet, but that is I'm going to start doing soon. But right now I'm just trying to keep up with the Facebook, the Twitter, the LinkedIn, and I just started Pinterest.
Okay, yeah. Well. So what would be, you say, your primary location where you spend time or you want people to connect with you? Out of all those social media, which one is the one that you want the most? Definitely Facebook. But what I want to do, though, is every time I post something that's related to my website, like a blog or maybe an event that I'm hosting, I want it to have a link to my Facebook page as well as a link to my website so that they can easily access it. And then I'm drawing more traffic to my website as well as my Facebook page. So I would say you do something like this where you have your website. So every time you post something on your Facebook, it posts to your website automatically. So, sorry, what do you mean by that? So when I post on my Facebook, it goes on to my website? Yeah, it goes to your website, your Twitter, and your Pinterest. Because your Facebook is where you spend your time to connect with people, right? Right, like, absolutely. This is like your primary place. So all the other one, you can say, hey, there's this event happening. You post that on Facebook. Facebook puts it on your website. It puts it on Twitter. It puts it on Pinterest. And then on these sites, there's a link that says, hey, there's this event, Facebook, fb.me. And then people click and they come back to your page here, to your original post. So you're targeting, you're channeling the people towards you instead of you being everywhere. So you're working more efficiently this way. Yeah, absolutely. No, this is really good. I can't believe I didn't even know about this. Well, most people don't know about a lot of these little things. And you know what? The fact that you don't know that you don't know is even more daunting because you can spend so much research or time into this. I mean, I've been involved in this online stuff since 2003, so I've seen stuff happening over all the time. Like what's trending, what's not, what's happening, what's new, what used to work, what doesn't work anymore. I've been involved and I know because I've been in this realm, right? So, but this takes, if you don't know this stuff, it's years of research to figure these things out. These are, I call those golden nuggets because, I mean, how hard is it to go on the website, sign up, and then implement that? It's going to take maybe half an hour, right? Yeah, trying to figure it all out. But if you don't know that, you could have spent another 2-3 years trying to update all those platforms manually, which would have taken you so how much time? Yeah, I know. And in this day and age, it only seems like we're getting more and new social media platforms. So I think it's good to build this kind of skill so that it'd be really useful for the future. Right. So, of course, this one is one strategy. This one you have to customize a little bit like, okay, well, if this, then that. If this, then that. It gives you more opportunities to customize very specifically exactly what you want, right? There's another one that exists. It's called OnlyWire. If you go to onlywire.com, and then this one also have a bunch of social medias. Let me just log in here. So here, again, you'd go into your settings, you go to your networks, and then you can just click on the networks, all the networks that are here. And then every time you'd come in here to post, you just write a post like a status post, right? You just click on that. And then it will appear, oh, this one's it's a paid work. You have to pay, I think it's $5 or something like that per month. And then you'd have a post page, and then you just enter your post manually, and then it will go on all the networks that you registered for. And the beauty of these things is it creates offline, off-page backlink to your site, which is extremely powerful search engine optimization.
Absolutely. Mm-hmm.
Google is rewarding backlinks and doesn't reward any kind of backlinks. It used to be any backlinks used to count. And now, like, hold on, I'll show you a little graphic with my high-tech.
Explain what does backlinks mean? What does that mean?
Okay, backlinks. So let's say this is your website over here. Okay, that's yours. And then you have my website over here. Okay. So far, so good.
Yep.
So if I write a blog post, blah blah blah, and then I put a link that points to your page, this is a backlink. And Google says, hey, André is vouching, so he's vouching for your page, so I'm going to give +1 in my algorithm of score. And Google, the way they list page in their database, in their index, there's an algorithm, there's about 290 different rules that says, hey, if this happens, then that, and this is how they determine which page is first on Google versus which page is on the 100th page of Google, right? And if you're on first page of Google, obviously you get way more results. You get more search volume and search traffic from Google search engine, right?
Wow, yeah. You know what? I actually I knew nothing. I've definitely seen the Google Plus points, but I thought it was every time somebody liked something.
Well,
or is that
true? It's okay. I'm just using +1 here as an example. Now Google has their +1, like Facebook. They have the like, right?
Right. Yep.
So Google decide, hey, let's make our own social media, and then them is +1. I was just using add an additional point to the algorithm, right? So Google has a list of maybe 290 different items that says, hey, this one has that. Okay, so give more credibility to this one because it's got this, and that, right?
Right.
So in this case, since André has a blog and he's vouching for Elaine's blog, then that's there's a backlink over to her page. Therefore, there must be some credibility involved in there. Therefore, we will reward her when somebody's typing for yoga, right, in the Google. I will increase this search page in my listing because somebody's vouching for her.
Oh, I see. Okay.
But this is explained in the most easiest way to understand, because in reality, this one link is not enough to put you up at the first page of Google.
Right.
Because another thing the Google they look into is the page rank. And I don't know if you've heard of that before.
Like how many times somebody looks at a certain page?
No. Page rank is when you start and you create a new website. Oops, that's an R. You have a page rank of 0. So basically, you have a blog that's indexed on the internet. It exists online, but nobody sees it. It's among the billions of blogs out there, right?
Right. Yep.
And then in order to get, if you get a link, let's say my page is page rank 0, and I point a link to you, you would need about 100 links to equal somebody that points to your page that has a page rank of 1.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Right? So if I have 89 page rank 0 pointing back to me, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then I have 1 link, but he's a page rank 1. My page will beat your page because a page rank 1 is more authority than a page rank 0.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And then Google looks at this and says, okay, well, now the same applies for page rank 2. If you have 95 page rank 1, but I have one page rank 2, my page rank 2 beats your 95 page rank 1 in the link measurement, right?
Wow, okay. I had no idea it was like this.
So this is what it looks like. Page rank 0, okay, page rank 10. This is pretty much how it looks like. It's not just it goes like this, I mean, for the links. The more you go up in page rank, the more value and the more weight it has in the decision for the search engines.
Right.
So the idea is to try to get backlinks from authority sites. In the past, people they abused that, and Google grows up over time, right?
Right.
Now people knew about this. Hey, let's just exchange links. So there was software. So let's have your page, Elaine. Okay, and then I have my page, André. And there's a middleman that says, hey guys, I'm a middleman. And if you put my piece of code on your page, and you put my piece of code on your page, so it looks like that. And then you have the navigation bar here on the side. And then you add one that says link or directory, whatever. And I add one button. You know, you have your About Me page, you have your stuff, and then you have one that says link or resources or other related links.
Yeah.
Then this guy would connect a bunch of people together and automatically update this and say, hey, you want, André-related stuff? Then he puts a link to my site and then a link to your site, right? This is called reciprocal backlinking. The problem with that over time is that people start putting these automated bots, and it's no longer human added value. It's now becoming spammy. Like the search engine are being spammed by this bot, right? Because Google is Google's in business to deliver great information to their search users. By delivering great information, they have returned people coming back to Google instead of other search engines, and then they can sell ads in return because they have great quality. They have traffic. Because they have traffic, they can sell ad space to advertisers. This is how Google remains free, right? Because they're making money somewhere, right?
Yeah.
So in order to offer great quality content, another thing that they measure is like, let's say you click on the first page of Google, there's a bunch of results, right? So there's here. If you click on the link, you go to that page, and then you're like, oh, I don't want that. And then you come back to Google. Google tracks that and says, oh, that user stayed for like 0.05 seconds or whatever, 0.05 seconds, and then they X'd out. Well, the other page down here, they stayed for 5 minutes. Okay, therefore, you know what? This one will penalize, and it will go down in the search ranking, and this one will go up because Google is looking at the hint that if people are staying a long time on the web page, it must mean it's good user interaction with the audience. You're delivering great value, therefore people stay on your page.
Interesting. Wow, I had no idea that it was actually this complicated.
Oh man, this is just the scratching tip of the iceberg of how deep the Google and search engine algorithms go. It's crazy. And now coming back to the backlinking stuff, what we're doing with this ifttt.com by setting social media sites, a lot of people don't know about this because this is fairly new. They like Facebook link, they like YouTube link. Google owns YouTube, so they like if there's a video on YouTube and there's a link from a YouTube video to a web page, well, YouTube has got a PR of probably like 9 or something. Google has a PR of 10. Facebook's probably 10 as well. CNN is probably 10. Like these are heavy-duty website, right? So if a big website like that, like Facebook or Twitter, points back to you, right? You have a backlink from them, it adds more weight than just having a backlink from another blog that like nobody cares about because it's just a blog and there's no traffic. Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely. That's wild. I can't even believe it.
Yeah.
This is really good to know. This is, one of the things that has developed over time is like this, like the blogs, for example.
Yeah.
I've always been really curious about how, I always refer my clients to my blog, but I'm always curious to know, like, how I can get my blog out there so I can start gaining new clients and new readers.
Yes.
And I think that this is definitely a good understanding of how complex it is and how I should be using, like, all the different social medias to get more plus ones, I guess you can say.
It's just, I call it vouching from other people.
Right.
It's like a popularity contest. If Brad Pitt says, "Hey, this guy is cool," guess what? A lot of people will take that and be like, "You know what? You're cool in my books because Brad Pitt said so," right?
Yes.
If somebody on the side of the street says, "Hey, this guy is cool," nobody cares. He's got no value added to what he's offering. He's saying he's cool, but his referral is not weighed with credibility. Therefore, nobody takes it seriously.
Yeah,
absolutely. You know what I mean? Like, it could be right, but nobody cares. It's like, Brad Pitt said this guy was good. And it could be the same guy, but one has weight, the other one doesn't. One has the power of influence, the other one doesn't. The same when you putting your blog out there, your website, you want people with weight to say, "Hey, that person is a go-to person." And that can be engineered in your favor.
Yeah, that's amazing.
And another example for getting quality backlinks is if you have a press release and then you have a media site, like let's say you have a news, you go to get interviewed on the news, they say, "Hey, by the way, this guy is cool, here's his website." Well, just because the news is pointing to you, you have an authority news channel pointing to you. That has a lot of weight. So when you're trying to search for your keywords that you're optimizing in Google, you have a competitive edge against your competitors because you have this weight that they don't, right? Mm-hmm. And a lot of people are not keeping up with the trends for online stuff. So that's why, depending on the marketing space you're into, for health and wellness, it's a very big industry. So there's a lot of people that are aware of all these things, and they have teams. So you have to narrow it down to like your specific niche, right? You have to target specific. Like for your example, I noticed on your blog you were talking about people with cancer, right? So you can target a micro niche within the niche of the health industry, because if you just go for health industry, it's way too broad. It's way too big. You can't compete against people that have been doing this for 10 years. I can't even keep up with those guys in marketing stuff, because these guys hire people, they hire teams, and they have an army of people just doing specific things. Everything can be engineered. The best way I can look at it to explain it to how big this is an example is if I say, okay, imagine that you're building an airplane tarmac, where the airplanes land.
Yep.
Right? You could have an army of people with big machines to do this in like 1 week. Or you could have one person doing it with like mosaic. You know what mosaic is? It's like the tiny piece of ceramic, right? That will take forever if you do it like that. And when you're an individual person trying to compete on the internet against the big guys, you're like that one person doing the mosaic by yourself. You have to understand the leverage and how you can get out there. So, example, a tool like ifttt.com, that's a tool that allows you to have this big bulldozer and backhoe. Yet it didn't cost you a lot of money, but it's about knowledge. You knew something that your competitor didn't know. You know how to get backlinks now from all these big social media sites. So as a homework example for this, you could just be like, you know what? You take your time, you create one social account that's all listed there, and then you create a rule. If I post on Facebook, pop it over there, pop it over here, pop it over there, And then by creating those rules, every time you post something on Facebook, it will be broadcast. It will create noise. It will be out there. It will make a dent on the internet. Not just on Facebook, but on all the social medias. And because all the other social medias are backlinking back to you, that's a lot of weight. Because not a lot of people will want to go in manually to each social media site and update their status.
Mm-hmm.
Because it takes so much time. It's too long. And they don't know about this opportunity about using this little aggregator tool where you syndicate your content that goes everywhere, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, no, I was just saying, I think this is such a great example of something really small that you can do to start pushing business forward and start getting your stuff out there on the internet.
Yeah, exactly. So that's what I was telling you before when I was sending you a list of different topics. Every single piece of topic, we can go into details, and if you ask questions like, well, why this or why that, or is there a reason for this, I can go down and explain why. Because, I mean, this is, I'm really passionate about that stuff because in the past I wanted to find out how do I get on Google so I can advertise my real estate site back then.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because if you can master getting leads, you can do whatever you want. It doesn't matter what service or brand or whatever you do. If you're a master at getting leads, you will have the power to say, hey, everybody, my list of network, I found this new thing. That's pretty cool. Check it out. Boom. Then next thing you know, you got a lot of people checking this thing out.
Yeah. Wow, this is definitely a really great step. Thank you so much, Andre, for this initial start.
Yeah.
I'm going to get my account set up and start working on that right away.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so I just want to thank you. This was really great, and I definitely look forward to chatting again and picking your brain on some more marketing tips.
Yeah, for sure. And like I say, for me, this is good because by explaining stuff to you, I sometimes I take for granted things that I know, right? Because I've been doing this for so long, I assume like it's like walking. Everybody can do it.
Right.
But it's not the case. There's value to all this content and information. And by being able to answer your questions, it creates value, right? And then after that, I can showcase that because another example is there's a guy that the one I was telling you about on 10minutephotoshop.com. He does his website about Photoshop and how to use it to make design logos and business cards, all kinds of stuff like that, right? And he implements the strategies that I'm showing him. Man, his website is making him money every month, residual, for work that he's done once. He's done the work, and now it's on Autopilot. And it just keeps growing all the time.
Amazing. Wow. That's definitely the direction that I'd like to head in.
Yeah.
Because I'm finding, trying to build a base is getting, it can be quite tough if you don't have the right tools.
Right, but you have to have a strong, solid foundation. And once you have your foundation, then you can start adding this and that, and then making the overall a big impact. And then you can scale. Once you know how this works, eventually, if you grow, you can start hiring people to do specific tasks on the website. Like, okay, I want you to just do this, or I want you to write content for me, or whatever. This can be done too once you scale up, right?
Right. Yep. Absolutely. This is really good. Thank you so much, Andre. I do have to wrap up, but look forward to chatting again with you soon. And I look forward to listening over to the call again, so I can just go back and make sure I'm doing everything properly.
Cool. Awesome.
Sounds good.
Yeah, for sure.
And we'll chat soon then. Okay.
Okay, c'est bon.
Okay. Bye.
Okay, bye.